There we go. There we go. We got a nice sink behind me. Hi there, my name is Crystal Koskinen. I am the festival manager for Art Outside. I'm just going to share my screen with you as we go through this. And I did have some questions that came in. We'll have some time before I dive into all of those to answer your questions, and hopefully we'll cover everything. So let us get started, and thank you for waiting. I'll use this one here, right? Fill in that one. Yeah, we have to unplug that one. Diana, my assistant, is unplugging something here. Okay, we'll try that again. Can everybody hear me okay? Thank you. It's interesting to speak to no one here. Okay, thank you so much, Kat. Okay, sharing the screen from this computer. Let's try it again. So much. I wish you hadn't set this up like that. Let's try it again. Let's try this again. Okay, that should work, I would hope. Please bear with me. I am on someone else's computer and they set it up and it is on a different screen. Okay. I'm not understanding that. All right, I think we have it up. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to see any messages at this particular point, so we can get to this, but we will get started. So, Art Outside, thank you for joining us. I'm excited to talk to you about it. I've been working on this since February, moving things together, and now we're at the point where we are inviting artists to give their proposals to us. So we're getting some in. We have probably about 12 right now, 12 to 15 submissions, and I'm looking for a lot more. So I hope I inspire you tonight and get your brain thinking on ideas that you may already have to build on for collaborations or for something that you already have in mind. So we are July 21st till August 10th. And so that's coming up. It's coming up. What is Art Outside? It is a multidisciplinary arts festival. We are running for 3 weeks. We are hoping to make this an annual festival. So this is our first annual, and we are trying a lot of new things. And I'm just hoping that this festival is only going to build from here. The concept of it is really to be stepping outside of convention and outside of tradition. So we're trying to move outside of the gallery walls, outside of the theater, outside of the opera house, and really allowing the community to engage in art in different ways and in different spaces and different places. So we're not just looking to hang art on a wall. If you want to hang up your art, let's find a different way to do it. Maybe we're hanging it in the forest. Maybe we are doing a gallery walk through an alleyway and people are holding the art. So just a different experience for people to view art or to experience it. So we're really looking for engagement with the community. We are taking over the streets. We're working with the city, so we're able to use a lot of the park spaces. I've got permission to use quite a few interesting spaces in our city, and we do have some unexpected ones, which I can't tell you about all of them, but I will definitely explain some of the spaces that we are using. And each day, sorry, this is not clicking, so I have to just scroll. Each day we're looking to do a different art project. That doesn't mean that we won't do more than one, but the goal is every single day we will have a different, I'm calling it an activation or an art project happening at somewhere in the city. It could be happening in the day, it could be happening in the evening, it could be something that starts on one day and lasts for a couple days duration. So really what is it, 21 days? So at least 21 activations, but within those, there's also opportunity for a lot of other things to happen. So we want to have some unforgettable experiences. We want to have people chatting and talking about what they've seen, questioning it, and really just having the conversations. So we're looking to celebrate and reinvigorate the City of the Arts. And it'll be curated by Pomo with the support of City of Port Moody, Pomo Arts. So where is it? As I mentioned, the city parks. We are using streets, we're using local businesses, outside of local businesses. We have some secret locations that I've scouted. We have some back alleys, we have some parking lots. So we've got a lot of options. And the concept will be to match you up with the one that makes the most sense with what your proposal is. So as you know, the artist call is now open and it will close on May the 21st. So that still gives you some time to get your ideas in. And some of the things that we're looking for. So I'm looking for solo or group-led projects that will transform a public space. Curated works will be scheduled, as I mentioned, for a one-day or a one-night showcase at one of our festival sites. We're looking for temporary installations of short or longer duration. It could be a week-long sculpture build or a multi-day experience that something is increasing or growing throughout those days. And those may be considered if you have it nice and clear in your proposal, because we do have certain locations we can use on specific dates, and we have certain restrictions on locations as well. There's a little concept for you. TV sculptures in a field. We're looking for large scale arts. So thinking of like a powerful activation that could fill a soccer field that we have in Port Moody. Thinking of things like a mass movement, a participatory art, immersive environments, flash mob, or some type of collective performance. I'm also looking for lead muralists and different artists to help with designing and planning of some painting projects at pre-approved sites that we have. So you could put in a proposal for that, or if you're like, hey, I really want to get involved and I'd love to be part of the mural. I don't have a concept, but I want to get involved with it. Happy to have you, because I definitely have a few projects that we are already looking at. And we support artists. So artist fees will be in line with industry standards for selected projects. So I know that's a big question for all of us. What does that mean? What does that look like? So basically what it means, as I scroll, is the approved projects that we'll be using in the festival are going to receive payment that will range from an honorarium payment to industry standards. So we have musicians, we have visual artists, we have theater performers, we have film students, we have professionals in the field, we have hobbyists. There's just a whole gamut of things that are coming at us. And we want to make sure that we are able to use the budget that we have to support the artists. So that is the goal in the festival, is to make sure that we are supporting artists in the work that they are doing. But that being said, we are a not-for-profit organization and we do have the budget that we have to work with. And so potentially a project may require a little bit more funds, and it's something that we really feel would be great for the festival. Or there may be smaller activations that we are able to serve up with an honorarium for being part of the festival. What if your project doesn't get selected? Well, artists not selected for funded projects may still have the opportunity to participate in a busking capacity. So busking is just the word I'm using, but really we have some locations that we'll be doing on a few days of the festival where I would love to have different art things happening in the space. So it doesn't necessarily mean busking, playing the guitar. It could be miming. It could be a magic show. It could be a creation of some type that you're working on in a space. And with that, we want you to still be able to be involved, but you're able to collect money and tips and donations, and you can even sell some of your products in that space during that time. So that's another way that you can get involved if you're not chosen for one of the larger projects. So these are just some pictures to give you some ideas. Maybe you're dancing the tango for 35 minutes straight. I don't know. And painting at the same time. So buskers, visual artists, roaming performers, spontaneous activations, chalk artists, a pop-up studio, an artist table, musicians, dancers, magicians, mime artists, and more to animate designated festival areas. So as I mentioned, you are able to collect tips or voluntary contributions during your set times. So it really depends on what you come up with for those. But we do have 2 locations. Likely it'll be a place like Cedarbrooke or Newport, where we are able to use the different squares, street corners in front of businesses, or even sometimes with the shop open, if they have like a roll-up door, things like that. So there's possibilities there for a lot of different opportunities. Some people are asking if they get to pick their location. So the answer is not really. But on the application form, you'll notice that I'm asking, do you prefer an outdoor space? Do you require electricity? Do you need to be near water? So in your proposal, make sure you have all of those there, because then you will be considered for one of the sites that has those requirements for you. But we will be matching based on what we think makes the most sense for the overall festival. So I'm going to see if we have any questions here, although I am scared to stop sharing. Guy here, okay. Not so much. All right. Does anyone want to come off speaker and ask a question if you have one? Otherwise, I'll keep going through with the questions that I have that were brought into me. Okay. Question, what equipment will I need to provide myself? So think of this as you are coming to set up your project. You have all the things that you need. There may be something that you require to stabilize your sculpture into the ground. And so that could be something we could help you with. For the most part, we're looking for proposals that have everything included. It's like, here's what I'm doing. This is my idea. This is what I have. And I'm bringing it here. I might need some help with setup, but I do have some people who are going to help me with the tear down. We will have volunteers, but the volunteers will be helping more so like bringing the public into the spaces, keeping an eye for safety, giving instructions where needed. And there will be some help provided, but obviously we won't be able to have our volunteers building up on high ladders and things like that. So keep that in mind when you're putting your proposals in. Because the volunteers will also be used in other ways to help support the event, to bring people to your activation and your project. If your idea gets approved, when will you know what location? So the deadline is on the 21st. So it'll take us about, I would say, up to 2 weeks to go through everything and make the choices. So as soon as we know who we are choosing for the festival, we will get a hold of you and let you know what we've matched you with for your location. So if it's a business, it may be us having to connect you with that business, so then you can work from there. It may be bringing you to the site to let you know exactly what is available to you. But you're welcome to tour the sites if it is an outdoor space that you can just go to on your own and check it out. Does your event have to be free? Yes, all of the events are free because we want it to be accessible to everyone. So there are not fees collected. The only charge would be if you're doing a busking scenario and you're collecting money on the spot there. Can I participate in more than one event? It kind of depends. If you are in 2 totally different things and you're part of 2 different proposals, then yes. But obviously we want to have variety. So we wouldn't want to see me. I mean, maybe you would, but I don't think you want to see me at all the different locations doing different things. So we really want to try for variety. What I would recommend is if you have a couple ideas, keep them in the same proposal so we know you're that person, because that doesn't mean we wouldn't use part of your idea and another part of your idea with you. So I would just put it all together in one of the artist call proposals. Are there events, projects that you have ideas for that I can be a part of? One of them I mentioned was a couple mural projects that we have sort of underway in terms of getting the site approved, getting permits, and now we are just looking to build the team to create those. So that is absolutely a way that you can get involved. There are a few citywide projects that I'm hoping to do that if you're not sure and you don't have an idea, I'm happy to grab if you want to email me or message me, we can talk about some of the ideas if you want to be a lead on something. There's a few citywide ideas that I want to do where I get the community involved. So that could potentially be something. What should I input in fields that I'm unsure about? Time for setup, etc. I would just guesstimate it if you're not sure. Okay, no, thank you. If you're not sure what to put in the field, just make sure the ones that have the little red asterisk that you are filling something in there if you're not sure what to put. And then you can just explain, and one of the ones that gives you more space to write, you can just say, I just have to bring it there. There's not really a setup time, but it might take me about 35 minutes to pack myself up to get out, something like that. So if you're not 100% sure on all of the things, just make sure you're filling out where the little asterisk is. Otherwise, it won't let you submit your form. Hopefully that's helpful. Are there any restrictions on sound, electricity, or permits? So I've been working with the city on permits, and it's really to scout the locations ahead of time to make sure that we are covering everything that could potentially happen. So I'm talking about if we're using a parking lot in an alleyway, okay, we're gonna need some fencing there. If we need electricity, is it a space where there's a generator required, or can we drag electricity from somewhere else? So once we know which projects we're putting in those locations, that's when we're going to have to take a closer look if there is anything that we're missing. But for the most part, I've tried to do my best to work with the city and the other locations to ensure that we do have everything that we will need. And we also have to work within restrictions. So obviously, if it's midnight and we're on a city street, there may be some sound restrictions, but if they know something's happening, we could probably get away with it. So I've been kind of working on all those. And if they know it's coming, I think it'll be expected. So it shouldn't be a problem. Can I sell merchandise, tickets, or artwork during my activation? With the busking one, yes. At the art projects, that's a great question. Hadn't considered that as much before, but I don't see why not. But at the same time, it's an installation. So I might have to get back to you on that one. I don't know 100% because there could be restrictions based on the location you're in. If you're in a retail area, or if you're in a place that would require you to have a permit or license to sell. So I will have to check that, and it may be dependent on your location. So when it comes to it, you can ask me and we can figure it out together. There may be a way to sell your merchandise in another location if we're not able to do it on site. Our artist collectives or group proposals welcome? Yes, absolutely. I do have a few in already. So absolutely, like I said, we have a couple big fields that we're looking to potentially do a project there. So large collectives, solo groups, duo groups, trio groups, collaborations, all welcome. Will artists be able to tour their location? I think I covered that. You're welcome to go check out your space. And if it's something where we need to meet with the owner, grab a key to go in together, we can organize that ahead of time. What support is available for installation or takedown? Again, it's me. It's me and some volunteers. So I would be scouting around to make sure that you have the right people to help you with your project. And you can include that in your proposal as well, that you're going to need to have, 3 to 4 people who can lift up to 40 pounds to help put your sculpture together or something like that. That way we know that that's something that's required. I don't know that our youth and senior volunteers are necessarily the people that we could rely on for that. So think about that with your proposal, that you may want to get some help yourself. What type of spaces will be available? So Rocky Point Park, the shoreline, Old Orchard Park, any place that you see green, I have permission to mostly use it. There will be alleyways. There will be some secret locations. I have a warehouse. I have some of the breweries on board. There are some businesses as well and storefront areas. Newport, Cedarbrooke, the atrium area in City Hall, the outdoor amphitheater behind City Hall. So those are some of the locations. Can I propose something that runs for more than one day? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. If you have that concept, let us know what that looks like. Is it something that is building, and how many days would it be? That could also dictate where you go if we're only allowed to use a space for one night. So if you're looking to do something that is a building thing, that may be more of a site-specific thing. We'll definitely have to take a peek at that, but please put that in your proposal because that's something that we can figure out ahead of time. What happens if it rains or there's bad weather? Hey, we live in BC. Today we had all the weather. So we are just going to work with it. We do have some small tents here at the gallery, like just the kind that you can stand under for shelter. So take that into consideration because the festival is 3 weeks long. And if you have a certain time slot, I think we'll just have to work the best that we can to make those projects happen. Also, it could be really hot, right? So we may need to think of that as well. If it's a really hot, sunny, crazy day, if it's bad weather and, city stuff gets canceled, then we probably have to look at that a little bit closer and we may have to do some rescheduling. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay. Can artists bring outside collaborators or performers? Anyone who's going to be part of your project needs to be in your proposal. We need to know all the people who are going to be involved. So there is a place that talks about, is it just you? Is there a group? What are the names of those people? So it's important for us to know that. It's also important, especially if they're on multiple proposals, we do need to be aware of it. And also just for advertising, we want to make sure we know who everybody is. And if somebody kind of comes in at the last minute to help, we won't be able to promote them properly. Are you prioritizing local artists, or is it open to all of Metro Vancouver? It is a Port Moody event and Tri-Cities area, but it is open to people in British Columbia. So first and foremost, we are trying to support our local artists, but of course the ideas build and we collaborate and we know other people. So I look forward to seeing all the proposals we will get. Will documentation, photo videos be provided, or should I arrange my own? We're going to do artist packages, so you will be able to promote things on your social media, and you could probably plug in your own picture to it and we'll give you the branding and things like that. I think that's what the question is asking. We're also going to have people who are videoing and taking photographs throughout the festival that you will have access to as well. And you're welcome to do your own. What if I need power lighting or special accommodations for accessibility? Please just put that into your proposal and we will work accordingly with that. Will there be promotional support for the festival team? Yes, our lovely marketing team is working on putting things together. And once we know who the artists are, we'll definitely be doing some promotion for it. We have some TV spots. We do have our webpage, which is going to be the main sort of hub where we are going to bring everyone to see the schedule. So that will be where we can grab your social media so we can promote your stuff and people can go visit you and learn more about you. And you can also have things at your project that you can hand out as well. Can we bring our own venue? Great question. I would love for you to bring your own venue because I feel like I've talked to most people in businesses and locations. So if you feel that you have a great connection or you're an owner of a business in the area and you have a way that you are able to use it and you have permission, that's awesome. I think that's great. I would love to hear about it. Maybe you have this amazing backyard garden and you have an idea for it. Would love to hear about it. Can I submit more than one proposal? I think, as I said before, it would be great to have your ideas on one so we know it's coming from you because there may be 3 ideas that you have, and one of them might be one that we think is amazing for it. The other 2 may not be, or might be something that we could do in a different way. So it would be great to know all of them together in one proposal. When will artists be notified of selection? As I mentioned, probably around 2 weeks after closing, and those who are chosen will be notified. In terms of insurance, someone asked if insurance was required for participation. As we are a not-for-profit festival, we don't provide insurance for artists or performers, and most activations and projects won't require it. If you're feeling unsure about it and you think that that might be something that you do require, we can have a conversation about it because I think it may be a case per case basis because it's not something that we've run into before, but this could be different. So the gallery will definitely help us figure it out together. And that is answering all of those questions. So I'm going to stop sharing, make sure everybody's still here. And wondering if anybody has questions. Can I share the partnered businesses? I can only share the type of location at the moment. I can't give out any of the names until everything is confirmed in writing. So unfortunately, I can't do that. I can only say that we have a coffee shop, a brewery, a outdoor courtyard, a warehouse, a parking lot back alley with balcony, and outdoor park spaces. Those are the only things I can really share. Are there any other questions? You're welcome, Kat. I hope that was helpful. Any other questions? I think we'll put together probably like either a PDF or an FAQ on the site. This will be up in case people want to reference back to this video and see any of the things that we discussed tonight or that I talked about. But we'll have those up in case you want to, refresh your memory or if there's something that comes to your mind. I think what's great about this festival is that it can be anything. And I'm really excited about it because everyone I talk to, once we start generating some ideas, it's just like there's just so many things that you can do with what you already do. And I think as artists, we inspire one another and collaboration is cool and finding different ways to show our art and show up for ourselves as an artist as well. Like even just how we're doing a performative painting, or the way that we could display our art differently in those spaces. And if you are a visual artist and you're like, oh, I have work, but I want to show it somehow. Well, I invite you to think of a creative way to show your work, but also show you as an artist at the same time. I think there's just endless possibilities. And if you think of those locations as well, there could definitely be some stuff for you to do. So I look forward to hearing the ideas and receiving more proposals. And I think if there's no other questions, anybody here have questions? All right. Okay, I guess I did a good job of answering the questions. If you do have any further questions, you're welcome to email me at artoutside@pomoarts.ca. I'll type it in here for those of you who want to reach out. artoutside@pomoarts.ca. I'm not used to this computer. And again, my name is Crystal, and I am happy to brainstorm ideas too. If you have an idea that you're a little bit unsure of, or you're wanting to hash out a bit more, ask how it could maybe be more full, or how it could work in that space, I'm happy to brainstorm with you, because I have a lot of ideas up in my mind. So happy to do that. But I'm sure if you get together with other artists and start having conversations, you'll start to like really come up with these ideas for yourself. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us, and I look forward to receiving your portfolio. Yes, your portfolio. I want to see all your work. I would love to see all of your proposals, and I hope that you get involved with it. Also, another way of getting involved is volunteers. If you know anyone who wants to be, I think it's a really unique opportunity as a volunteer to be, you know, in the dark with a flashlight, bringing people into a secret location, or, you know, standing outside somebody's project and explaining it. One thing I can tell you about is there will be a augmented reality show, and I'm really excited about that. Something that I'm putting together with some international artists. So there will be kind of a global aspect to it. And that's something where we're looking for volunteers who are interested in sort of the digital world, who can sort of tour people through it as well. So yeah, there's some really cool things that are happening, and the more things that we can get in there, I think, like, I would love for everyone to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. So even if you're not in one of the main activation spaces, there's ways to be part of it in another way. So I really hope that we get as many artists as we can on board, volunteers, and if you know any sponsors as well, I would be happy to chat with them. Wonderful. All right, everyone, have a great evening. Thank you so much for showing up, and I look forward to talking with you further.